Touchline Talks. No tactics, no filters, just soccer and some hooligans.
All right, welcome back to Touchline Talks with us, the 90th minute hooligans. You see here we've got Jay, Lucas, and myself, Luis. Unfortunately, we do not have our Jamaican brethren with us, Harvey and Kaelan, but we will have them either later in the show or later on in the week. Fellas, how we feeling?
Great, man. Good.
Good.
Yeah, ready to rock and roll. And to all the viewers at home, thanks again for tuning in, to listening. We do really appreciate it. Again, we're new to this. This is exciting for us. Our number one goal is to spread the word of football or soccer to the United States, to all the fan base, especially now with our road to the World Cup 2026. The last episode, we talked about a few of the tournaments that lead up to the World Cup. You know, the UEFA Euro Cups, we've got Copa America, Gold Cup, the Nations Cup, the Asian Cup, and then we talked about, of course, the AFCON Cup, and that's something that had a lot of controversy in it, and we got a chance to talk about that. But today's going to be a little different. Today's going to be a little different as to what we talk about. But again, I want to let all the viewers at home, if you're watching this, there's a lot to learn about not only the sport of soccer, but a lot to learn with what the culture brings to the cities, what the World Cup means for North America and for us, huge supporters of the game. And we want to find different ways, shapes, forms to get you guys involved at every level. I don't care if you're somebody who knows nothing about the game, if you've only ever watched football, basketball, baseball, hockey. Shout out to the U.S. national team, the hockey team, for bringing back gold for the Winter Olympics. That was huge since 1980. So shout out to the U.S. hockey team. We'll tag them. No, I'm just kidding. But shout out. Give us a shout out. But it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. We want you to be involved. If you don't like any sports, if you're not a sports person at all, you can watch this for the culture. You can watch this for the chaos we talk about. And you can just learn about soccer, and you can learn about the beautiful game that so many people love. I know Marco Patri, when he was on the call with us, he does premium ticketing sales for FIFA. One of the things I won't forget he said is, if you've never realized why people go so crazy about this sport, if you've never understood, and you've always been like, why do people love this thing so much? Just show up to a game this year. Just show up to a World Cup game. It doesn't even have to be a World Cup game. Just go to a game. Go to an international game. We love the MLS, guys. We are not here to dog the MLS. Jay supports Atlanta United. I support Charlotte FC. We're huge fans of our teams, absolutely, and we want to grow those teams like international teams do. The Boca Juniors, the Man
Atlético Mineiro.
the Atletico Mineiros, the Crusaders. So we want to get you guys involved as much as possible, and one of the ways we hope to get you guys involved is some giveaways. At the end of the day, we all like free shit. We like free stuff, right? Everybody they say if it's free, it's for me, right? And we want to give you guys stuff. We want you to admire the game as much as we do, and we want you to be involved as much as we are. And sometimes that's giving you guys stuff. Jay has been gracious enough to help us out with the giveaways that we've had so far, and he's got some more for us. So, Jay, tell us about the giveaways we have coming up with the 90th minute hooligans.
Yes, sir. So these are two exciting giveaways. So we're going to have two. The first one is the USA versus Belgium game. That one's March 28th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. That one's going to be in one of our smaller suites. It's going to be 16 tickets, but we're going to give out 2 to 3 tickets away. In order for you to get these tickets, all you're going to need to do is go to our link. We'll post it somewhere around in all our posts, and you have to follow, you have to like and comment the people that you want to take, and then subscribe on our YouTube channel. It's the easiest thing to entry. There's no money down. We're not going to ask for any of that. All you have to do is just go follow us, subscribe, click, like, comment. That's it. That's all you got to do. And the second one is going to be March 31st, USA versus Portugal. That one is the holy grail. We're talking about Pulisic versus Cristiano Ronaldo. The legend is still alive. This is probably the only time you're going to be able to see him in Atlanta live in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That one, we have a suite right in front of the 50-yard line. So you're going to be able to see everything. It's going to be a great time. Food and drink and alcoholic beverages are included. And you'll also have access to the tunnel where the team is going to be heading out. So you'll be able to take pictures. You might be able to reach your hand out and touch Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Highly doubt it, but you'll be able to see him close up. So those are extremely great giveaways. We'll have more, obviously, but those are the two that's coming up for this month.
That's awesome, man. And look, Jay, we appreciate you, being so giving and, getting those tickets out to people. And look, again, we want you guys there. We want you guys involved. I mean, it's so cool to be involved in things like that, and it's even cooler when you don't have to pay for it, right?
That's right.
So
And you'll get to meet us, right? You'll get to meet me. You'll get to meet some of my friends, business owners. It's always great to network as well. And just come check it out. And you're going to have a blast at the game. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, if you haven't been, one of the best stadiums in the world, hands down. So come join us for free.
free, guys. So that's our giveaway coming up. It's going to be running through March. So if you guys are watching this, you want to be able to go watch US versus Belgium or the US versus Portugal. Definitely make sure that you are following us. Make sure you're liking, you're commenting, doing all the things possible. Spread the good word. Hey, if you're a business out there that you want to be involved in one way, shape, or form, a small business, if you're in one of our cities, I'm in Charlotte, Jay's in Atlanta, Harvey and Kalon are in Orlando, Lucas is in Belo Horizonte, but it is, hey, we will promote you in Brazil too.
Yeah.
Mexico, Mexico City, Guadalajara, my family is from Mexico City. We've got Jay's family is from the Guadalajara, Jalisco area. So we if you are a small business in those areas, you want to, you want to support, you want to show love. We want to show love to you guys. We want to support these small local businesses as much as possible. And help you guys out and get the word out of football. If you love soccer, you love football, we want to help you and we want you guys to help us, vice versa. So we are all about that. And we're going to have more giveaways, guys, just because, this one is huge, and it is huge. This is a huge giveaway. I mean,
Are we covering flight expenses so I can spread the word? Yeah.
no,
For you, Lucas, absolutely. For you, just for you.
I don't think people
That'll
realize.
be a wedding gift.
Yeah. I don't think people realize how expensive those tickets are that he's giving away.
They're
These are $1,000 tickets.
They're $1,000 each, just to give you an idea.
And
Yeah.
it would be worth the flight over there.
Exactly. Yo, come on, bro. What? So like, guys, this is a huge big deal. Coming to Charlotte, later on, end of May, there's going to be US versus Senegal. And we're going to be giving away some tickets there as well. So, you can meet Jay in Atlanta for the Portugal US game or the US Belgium game. And then you can come hang out with me, at the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte to watch the US play Senegal, Senegal, right? We just talked about it. They're the AFCON champions. So imagine that, the US taking on Senegal. Their last game, that will be the US's last game before the World Cup starts. Lots of exciting, moments building up to the World Cup. We've got 3-4 months left, guys. It is coming so quick. Before you know it, we're going to snap our fingers and it's going to be here. So please be on the lookout for all these giveaways. We're going to give our, jerseys more, and guys, if you want to go to a World Cup game and you haven't gotten a chance to get to yet, or to get tickets, guess what? You might be in luck. If you are following us, if you are a part of this, you are watching, you are involved, you may very well, hint, get some World Cup tickets. Just throwing that out there, guys. Just throwing that out there. So it's going to be really exciting. So that leads me to our next topic today.
Does that include us too? Does that include us too?
That include you guys too? I don't have as many tickets as you, bro.
I'm in line.
Yeah. But that leads me to the next topic, and that is tickets. And this has been one of the most complex times in ticketing history, I feel like. And I know we spoke with Marco Patri from FIFA about his outlook in the ticketing system, and we had 3 different rounds of tickets that have happened to where you could join, enroll in the lottery, get a chance to select tickets for certain stadiums and wish for the best in order to get tickets to that game. Well, out of nowhere, FIFA decided to say, hey, if you did not win the lottery, right, you did not get a chance to get your ticket ahead of time, and if we denied your application, basically they said, if we denied your application, we're going to open up a portal for you to go ahead and buy tickets. And they sent a really generic, weird email at first, because I was one of those people. I put out a video for you guys to show you, hey, if there were other ways to get tickets, if you were one of the people who didn't win the lottery, you could have used your Wells Fargo card, your Chase Sapphire card. You could even go through Bank of America. There were all these different ways, and Capital One as well had an option. There were all these ways to get tickets, but they were all so complex. Waiting room times, people going in, getting kicked out of the waiting rooms. And so when I got this email from FIFA, I'll read to you guys exactly what it said, just so you guys can see it. So it says, this was sent to me on February 25th, 2026. It says, exclusive additional chance to purchase FIFA World Cup tickets 2026. And for this one, it showed me for Atlanta, and I got one for Mexico City, because those are the 2 cities that I applied for. So they weren't going to give you any option to just do any city. It had to be the cities that you initially applied for tickets. So, of course, me being super excited, I'm like, heck yeah, I can still go to that inaugural game, right? I want to go watch Mexico, South Africa, and not have to pay 10 grand to do it. Well, it wasn't that simple, right? So, this showed, it was a very generic email at first that says you have an exclusive 48-hour access window. And the first one that it sent out to you guys, you probably noticed that it didn't show when the date was, what the time was. It didn't show anything. It was very like, what the heck? I'm just stuck in the wind, not knowing what to do. Well, then they finally sent another one showing you your exclusive 48-hour window. Now, my window, I had 2 different windows. I had one window at 11 a.m. for Mexico City, and I had one at 5 p.m. for Atlanta. Now, when you hear a 48-hour window, what do you guys think?
I have 2 days.
I got 2 days to do this. I'm good. I got 2 days to buy these tickets, so I'm solid. Well, I'm a little smarter than that. And I said, you know what? I know this. If we talk about the World Cup the way that we do, and we make it as big of a deal that we are, then these
Then
tickets
you
are not.
have seconds to get
Yeah,
those tickets.
then you have seconds. And guys, for anybody out there who might be worried about, look, we hear all these things, you see social media, you see the news, you see people post things, and they're like, is the World Cup going to be as great as they say it's going to be? Is USA, should they even host the World Cup? Is this a thing? Is it a fluke? Is it going to be, guys, if anything tells you that this World Cup is going to be nuts and it's going to be the biggest World Cup ever, it's the fact that I went into that portal at 10:50, not 11, at 10:50, okay? 10 minutes ahead of my time, and they actually let me in. I was like, wait, are they not going to let me in? No, they let me in. So what does that mean? Anybody else who was early, what did they do? They let them in. So I'm over here. Now, this is the thing. I didn't get it. It didn't show up South Africa versus Mexico City. It only showed me one game, and it showed me Colombia versus Uzbekistan. Right now, I'm not an Uzbekistan fan. I would maybe watch Colombia for James and Luis, Diaz, sure. But guys, this is how crazy it was. I put the tickets in the cart, okay? At 11 o'clock on the dot, I put the tickets in the cart. I got a call, and you guys saw that I messaged you guys in the group chat. Hey, do you guys want to go to Mexico? Because I was going to make me decide how many I was going to click, right? Because it gave you the option to do up to 40. Believe it or not. So what do you think most people did?
Man, I told my wife, that she was like, "We're down, let's go." Then she found out that she couldn't fly because it was 29 weeks, and she can only fly until 28 weeks. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just packing one bag.
Damn. The peace out, Camille.
No, she said I could go, but I'm not gonna leave her.
Yeah. That's sweet of you. But It's a good husband right there. Good husband and dad, guys. Take note. But I took a call, and I literally 5 minutes later, I went back and it just started buffering, and it started asking me to put in the login to go back in. And every time I put it and it told me to proceed, it just kept blocking. It just kept on loading, Guys, not even 5 minutes. At 11:05, I'm talking about. At 11:05. Next thing you know, the thing loads up and it says, "This is all sold out." Guys, sold
Right.
out. I got on 5 minutes early and it sold out on me. Now, my fault for taking a call, okay? My fault for waiting, okay? That is my fault. But I thought I had 48 hours.
Should have known better.
Like,
Come on, man. You
I-
should have known better.
Hey.
You know, there's people out there selling their grandmas, selling their houses without their wives knowing, taking out a second mortgage to buy these kind of tickets. You know it's not going to last 48.
Dude, it's crazy. It is nuts. If you guys had any doubt that this was not going to go the way you thought it wasn't going to be huge, you are out of your damn mind.
Well, I'm 100% sure it's gonna be a success. Like people, I have friends from Brazil that are going to the World Cup,
Yeah.
and they don't even have tickets. Just going for the experience of being there in the like when you came to Brazil, just
Yeah,
going
in the
out, going
Yeah,
to the
because it's not
party.
just gonna be in the stadium. People don't understand that it's going to be in the
Yeah,
streets. It's
in the
going to be in the
streets as
bars,
well.
in restaurants. They're going to have parties everywhere. I mean,
Mhm.
the whole world is coming to, Mexico, US, and Canada, and it's going to be on the streets everywhere. It's going to be a tailgate party 24/7 within those next 2 months. So Americans are going to be like, holy shit, this is cool.
I mean, the other countries are going to take over the American streets. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna, like, it happens, right? And we got to, like, look, guys, it's fine. It's gonna be a good time. You have to enjoy it. Like, it's just part of life. Like, that's the time in your life where you just got to say, look, F it. This isn't gonna happen much. Like, I'm not gonna see this again in my lifetime. Let me just enjoy it. Let me just have a good
Right.
time. Like,
Yeah.
make the most of it. And so, for me to have seen that, right? And for the buffering, I mean, I was like, what in the world? And so I learned my lesson. So
Hard
I
way.
saw my Atlanta one, right? 5 o'clock. I got on at 4:55, right? I got in the queue. I was waiting. I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens. I did not hesitate, but I will say this. It still had issues because you know what I saw that was available to me in Atlanta? There were like 5 different games available to me, and one of them was a round of 32 game. And I was like, and I was like, dude, what? I selected that ticket so quick. I've never selected anything that quick in my life. I don't think I selected my family that quick. And that and dude, I selected that. I selected 4 tickets for the round of 32, not even 30 seconds in to get in that portal, and it said unavailable. Unavailable, guys. I was like, you are kidding me. I was early again. I did not hesitate. I did not want to hesitate. It was not going to happen. I was
You got
like,
guys clicking on that mouse.
there are people, dude, I don't know what people are doing out there, but they're doing something crazy to get these tickets. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was going nuts. I'm over here like waiting. I should have had 5 computers up. I should have had everything. I was like, this is crazy. So then I saw the other games, right? And I got lucky enough that we got tickets already from the first round. It wasn't me. It wasn't me that got them. Everybody in my family and Sierra got them as well. But it wasn't in my name, so I was able to get tickets, for the Spain and Cape Verde game. But well, we already have tickets to that game. That's on the 15th. What other ones are there? So I saw Uzbekistan versus not versus Colombia this time, but versus the winner of the Intercontinental in Atlanta. Well, you know what came to my mind, guys? Who can win that Intercontinental and who can be in that? Jamaica, that game. Harvey and Kalon, they're not on here right now, but boys, I might help you guys out. Get to a game, Jamaica versus Uzbekistan. That could be one for you guys. And then I also purchased another one that I did it quick enough for South Africa versus a playoff of a European Intercontinental, which is probably going to be that one of Denmark that we talked about. So, or Macedonia. If Macedonia makes it, Macedonia could be playing South Africa in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and I might have some tickets for you.
You know he's gonna make that drive all day. You know you're gonna make that drive.
That's an easy drive for him, man. I swear that boy is somewhere different every single day. He's like, oh yeah, taking the day off. No, just kidding. I think he just works from home. But like, guys, so it was crazy. It was nuts. All that to say, I think that was our last chance at getting tickets through any kind of raffle or lottery. Now the only way that you can secure tickets is through the hospitality, which you guys obviously can reach out to Marco Patri, which is, a new member of our 90th Minute Hooligan family. So if you guys want to have the ultimate show of FIFA, the drinks, the food, the experience, right? Reach out to Marco. We have his email, we have his information. Comment us if you want to know more information about the hospitality packages. And that's the only way to really guarantee you tickets right now to any of the matches. And the only other way is to buy them through the marketplace once they make that available, which I think they're going to make that available in April, maybe beginning of May or something like that.
But that markup's gonna be crazy.
That markup's
So
going to
get
be
'em
crazy.
now.
Yeah.
You're probably not
I'm
gonna be
telling you
cheap.
because I'm doing it, and the markup is crazy.
Yeah.
So y'all are getting insight of what the difference is. I'm telling you, get them now before that marketplace goes up because it's going to be insane. You will have to sell a kidney and an arm to get some of those tickets.
And some people already have. So like you guys are behind.
Yeah.
You guys are behind. So you better get the surgery table ready to give an organ because it's happening. So that was obviously crazy to see today, and I hope you guys at home get a chance to get a ticket. And again, maybe one of these World Cup tickets that we ended up getting might be something that you get to win in the future to go watch a game at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, whether it be through me or whether it be through Jay. Those options may be available to you guys. So make sure you guys are staying tuned to that. But then this leads me to the next part is, as the World Cup gets closer, we understand that this is the first time a World Cup has ever been in 3 different countries. So there's a lot of good, bad, and ugly that comes to that, right? The good being obviously the bigger part of it all, but the bad and the ugly of it is the fact that the bad part is it's never happened before. So there's nothing to go, there's no precedent behind it. There's nothing to base it off of. The ugly part of it is the prejudgment of it. People prejudge a lot of parts of it. In the news, a lot of people might have seen that there were a lot of things that happened in Mexico recently. And Mexico, of course, is a host nation to the World Cup. In Jalisco, in the state of Jalisco, the drug cartel, one of their leaders, El Mencho, was shot down and killed by the Mexican authorities, and it stirred up a lot of chaos. The cartel ended up doing a whole uprising, started burning vehicles, blocking the roads, and there was a little bit of chaos in the state of Jalisco, Mexico, which is actually where Jay's family is from. There's a lot of people who vacation nowadays, a lot of Americans who vacation in Puerto Vallarta, which is beautiful. I have been to Puerto Vallarta. With Sierra and I went before going to Jay's wedding, and it was absolutely beautiful. Great place to vacation. We love it, and you should definitely go. But a lot of people got scared. A lot of Americans got scared. A lot of tourists got scared. And why did they get scared? Well, it's very simple. They said, oh my gosh, if this just happened with the cartel, is something going to happen to us if we go to Mexico and we go watch games in Mexico, whether it be Mexico City, Guadalajara, or Monterrey? Well, guys, the simple answer to should you be scared is no. This is the simple, easiest, guys, it is no different than any other country, any other place. There are people dying every day in the United States from shootings, right? It literally happens every day. It's just not organized crime violence the way that it is with Mexico, with the cartel. But the benefit behind that is that you have to be in criminal gang violence in order for it to happen to you. And that's literally what happens, right? Like if you are a tourist, you don't have to worry. You are going to be safe. You are going to be fine. You know, the president, you know, went on talking about it. The president, not only the president of Mexico, but the president of FIFA. It's like, no, we have full belief in Mexico and the government and their authorities that everything's going to be just fine. And it is. You know, and Jay can back me up on this too. I'm going to let him talk about it more because Jay's got family there. He got a chance to talk to family there just to kind of feel what the climate was there. I reached out to friends and family in Mexico City. I mean, Mexico, nothing changed in Mexico City. Everything's the same. Everything's normal. It's like nothing ever happened. Nothing happened the day of. It's just, yeah. So a guy from the cartel died. Some people got upset, but the military decided to fight. Right. And yeah, were there some deaths? Yes. And do we ever want death? No, absolutely not. That is not something we want. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, good, bad. We don't want death. We don't want that to be a thing. No, of course not. They knew what they were getting into. They knew what they're fighting against, whether you're one or the other. But Jay, you know, talking to your family in Jalisco, like what did they feel the climate was? How did it feel the day of, the couple days following?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was scary, right? But before I do get into it, I want to say I do not condone violence. You know, what I say is strictly from an outside perspective, right? And just to give you a little bit more understanding, the cartel there is organized crime. It's not like gang crime where they just do random shootouts, right? For American citizens, again, like we said, you guys are safe. They do not target any tourists, any international people, unless you're part of a rival cartel or you go and look for trouble in Mexico, you'll find it very quickly. But I will say the one good thing about organized crime there is they like to keep their streets clean of robberies and other people trying to mess with it, right? Obviously, because there's different things going on. It's very corrupt when it comes to politics and stuff like that. But you're 100% safe. So if you guys have tickets and you're like, well, I bought tickets for Mexico, I don't feel safe, you will be 100% fine. Okay. They will not target you unless you get belligerently drunk and you go look for trouble. You're going to find it really quick. Okay. So I do drink responsibly and have fun, but just don't go looking for trouble. Okay. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to that day, obviously the cartels also sent out a message to the public saying, hey, if you are out on the streets between these hours, you will be considered a threat. So they give warning when they do kind of go out and make chaos or retaliation. They do it because they don't target just random civilians. They target the Mexican officials, the government, because they are also corrupt. So that's who they were targeting. So they sent out that mass WhatsApp message to all the public. So families and people were safe. They shut down businesses. They did put cars on fire that were part of political companies and stuff like that, OXXO, gas stations and stuff like that, politically targeted. But they didn't just go and just do random businesses like local businesses or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, they were safe. They sent me videos of the cartel blocking highways, blocking streets. It was bad. It was scary for them, but it lasted 2 days. It was 2 days of retaliation because, that you cut off one head, another one's going to pop out, right? They retaliated. It was done. No one should feel scared to go to Mexico, right? The airport is open. Everybody that was in Puerto Vallarta and in Jalisco got out safely. There were no casualty when it came to tourists, so that was good. So again, I mean, it was a scary 2 days, but it wasn't just random, right? So nothing to be afraid of. You guys will have a great time in Mexico. One thing I just do ask, if you do go down there and obviously you have a good time, you drink, just please don't be stupid, right? Because you don't know. The cartel isn't heavily involved there. You will be protected, but if you go looking for trouble, you're going to find it very quickly. All right.
And guys, that's anywhere, right? That's anywhere you go. If you look for trouble, you will find it. That's in the United States. If you get belligerently drunk and you go starting fights, sometimes you start fights with the wrong people, right? And then you find yourself, getting your ass whooped. And that's the thing, guys. It's like anywhere you go in the world, there are going to be safe places and there are going to be dangerous places. And it's not to say that any of these places are dangerous, right? There are going to be officials all in the United States, there are going to be officials in Mexico, there are going to be people protecting the tourists. But guys, I want you guys to put it into this perspective. If you know anything about the cartel, they own businesses. They own a lot of what's there. And just like in the US, there are people who are
Everywhere.
corrupt that wash their money through everyday business. They want people to buy from their businesses. So the last thing they want is to drive tourists away, right? It's like, guys, for all of North America, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, the World Cup is like their Black Friday. Come on, come on. Like, they want you to be here and they want you to be safe, because guess what? They don't make money from dead people. So, like, just understand that it doesn't matter where you're at, and you just have to be responsible. It doesn't mean don't have fun. It doesn't mean that you can't drink. We want you to drink. We want you to have a good time. Everybody wants you to have a good time. The bar owners and bartenders and restaurants want you to drink. Yes, absolutely. Just do it responsibly. Simple as that, and be adults about it. But this also leads me to look, when I went to the World Cup in Brazil, there were a lot of people who told me the same thing. They're like, "Hey, be careful when you go to Brazil. It's really dangerous in Brazil. Make sure that, you're in a safe environment. Make sure you don't go into certain areas. Make sure you don't go here. Make sure you don't go there." And guys, the people were feeding me stuff that corrupted my brain. Lucas, what is your outlook on what people say of things like that? You're from there, you live there, you see it on a day-to-day basis. You lived in the United States. You went to school in the United States. You've seen all parts of the United States. So what is your outlook on it?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like you guys said. There are safe places everywhere. There are dangerous places everywhere in the world. So you just have to obviously be careful about where you go, but it's safe. I feel like if it was to be dangerous, then the government would do something. Then they would shut down the airport, just like Jay said. They wouldn't let people go in. They don't want people dying all over their country. So
Yeah, I mean, of course. And look, guys, when I went to Brazil, I'll tell you this, there was never one moment that I didn't feel safe. I mean, we were out in the streets, we were out playing soccer till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, walking in the streets early in the mornings. We were out partying, having a good time. We were in an area of Savassi. I remember Savassi, and don't get me wrong, Savassi got a little crazy when the Brazilians and the Argentinians got into it. But that's fans. That's just the fans getting real hype. And the military jumped in real quick when that happened. They separated the Brazilians and the Argentinians. They started throwing bottles at each other and whatnot. And I'm over here. I remember I'm like over here videoing it. I'm like in the middle of it, and Lucas is like, "Luis, come on." "Oh." I'm like, "This is cool, man." I'm like in the middle. I'm in the
it's
middle of
cool
it.
until you got a bottle in your
In your
face.
head, yeah. Lucas is out there looking for it. You're over here recording it. You would be recording it.
I was like in the middle of it. I mean, you had the
Just like
Brazilians.
dodging the bottles and getting Luis out of there.
I was in the middle of it. I was all about it, man. But no, guys, it's again, like, don't feel any way about it. Like, you should still travel. You should still have fun in every part of Mexico. Now, there are parts, guys, that you shouldn't go to, okay? But those are not those cities that are going to have host games, right? The cities that have host games are specifically picked because they are safe, because they are good places to go to. Don't worry about that. Have a good time. Have fun. And same thing here, guys. If you come to the US, the host cities that have been picked are safe cities. They're fine to go to. Like, don't be scared, And then Canada is like super safe. Like, like Canada, I don't know, Canada, I saw a thing everybody said, like, there's mass shootings happening in the United States. Everything is starting to turn in the United States. The cartel are taking over Mexico. Let's just put all the World Cup games in Canada. It's like, oh yeah, crazy, but again, don't worry about that. And we wanted to get on here today to give you guys some insight to that. Not only to give you guys a chance to get World Cup tickets, maybe, but the tickets to to Portugal, USA, tickets USA, Belgium, USA, Senegal. the ability to enter these, the understanding of the tickets a little bit more and the chaos behind that, and also just so you guys could feel safe, knowing that if you are somebody who's visiting Mexico, rather it be Mexico City, Monterrey, or Guadalajara for the World Cup, it's going to be just fine, and you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have the time of your life. You're gonna eat a lot of food. You're gonna eat some of the best food you've ever had. You're gonna meet some of the nicest people you've ever met. Everybody is gonna be super excited to see you, to meet you, to bring you in. And for all of those teams who have group stages down there, Colombia, Uzbekistan, South Africa, all these, if you're coming from all these different countries, we want you guys to be on this channel as well. This channel is not just intended for people in the United States. This is intended for everybody, for the world. Doesn't matter where you're from, color, age, ethnicity. We want you to enjoy the World Cup and to be a part of it and to see it through. So, Jay, Lucas, do you guys have anything else for our fans? And I am going to call them fans, although we got a solid 230 supporters. Let's go. But we started small, but anything for the viewers before we get out of here.
Just don't forget, get on the enter the giveaways. We'll post a link and just follow us, like, comment who you want to go with, subscribe, and stay tuned, because we're gonna give a lot of great gifts and giveaways and things out for our fans, our 238 and growing following fans.
Exactly.
There we go. So guys, we love you. We hope you guys have a wonderful week. Till we meet again next week for some more culture, chaos, and soccer. We are the 90th Minute Hooligans. We'll see you next time.
See!
Touchline Talks. No tactics. No filters. Just soccer and some hooligans.